Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. This is an actual newsy stream rather than yesterday's stream, which was like I did a mistake newsy stream. So this is going to be a hopefully relatively fun one, in which we will discuss not only Leeds United's yet to be announced signing that everyone is basically aware is done, but the signing after that there seems to be a lot of ongoing conversation around. So it will be fun to have a little bit of a deep dive into both of those and see roughly where we're landing on it. But before I do any of that, you will see down below in the description there is a link to tickets for the Leeds Creator Cup. The amount of admin stuff that I'm doing for the Leeds Creator Cup right now is ridiculous. If you do not yet have a ticket, it would be massively appreciated. It is going to be a fun day in Leeds, 20th of July. All of your favourite creators rocking up, playing a game of football against each other. I'm receiving an order of about 60 football kits in a couple of weeks' time. So if you guys could just pick up a ticket. It's all of the money that you put into it is going directly to Prostate Cancer UK. Very, very good cause. Be fantastic seeing you there. John Shell Centre for Sport. And I will see you at that point. In addition to that, if you haven't, I'd hugely appreciate you subscribing to the channel, because at full time of the Leeds Creator Cup Day, I'm going to donate as many pennies as I have YouTube subscribers to Prostate Cancer UK, just to top up the pot a little bit. So it's easy enough. All you have to do is press the button down there and you give a bit of money to charity. Very easy, very nice. Anyway, let's get on to the main bits of story time. And I will hop into the chat in a couple of minutes, but that's because I'm going to sort of go story, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat and a natter, and that'll be fantastic. We're going to start with the story around Jaka Bijol. Now, I want to make sure that I've spelled this right, because if not, I'm going to look a right twat. There we go. Van Debbie Dozy. Jaka Bijol was reported to be in Leeds yesterday, specifically in, I think, late morning, early afternoon. Flew in, went to Thorp Arch, did his medical. My assumption is simultaneously did various bits of chatting with PR people to sort out what is going to be happening in terms of his announcement. When that will be, I don't know. There is a pretty strong theory that that is going to come either in the next day or two or on the 1st of July. There won't be a middle ground, in my opinion. It'll be one of the two. And if it doesn't, we'll see. Reports said that he finished his medical this morning. Nothing has come out saying that it's knacked, so I think that's basically fine. A quick little note on what Jay Racer said here, because I am keeping an eye on the chat, even though I'm not particularly referring to it just yet. I do not believe it is a case of Mickey Croissant 2.0. I think we're just waiting to announce it, because you don't really want to jump in ridiculously early. So I believe Jaka Bijol will be done. I personally don't know too much about the guy, I will be completely honest with you, but his defensive stats are very, very good. Top 7% of aerials, top 29% of clearances per 90, pretty damn good in the tackle, strong interceptions, decent blocking. Only complaints I've seen is that he's not necessarily got a ton of pace, but that is going to be usual. That is completely fine. Like, he's a centre-back. It's okay. You're a cheeky bastard and you know it. But that is the call on Jaka Bijol. Now, this is one where I'm gonna. We've covered Bijol. I'll have a quick gander through the chat, see what we're talking about over there, and then I will cover off next bit. Does that sound good to everyone, or is that not good to everyone? You know what? I don't think it matters, because that's the way I'm doing it anyway, and no one's said anything against me quite now. No sign that's gone through. That'll be done by now. I think it will be announced at a later point. I feel like, considering he finished his medical this morning, as far as everyone has heard, it's not a case of you want to announce players like midday on a Thursday, because everyone's at work. You want to time it reasonably well, and I feel like the club have a little bit of PR sense at the moment, and that's something that we'll look to do. I believe so, but I'll get into that in a minute's time. Also, yes, like and subscribe. I'm going to have to very, very quickly read through things. If I miss messages, my apologies. I thought you were streaming now. I was going to rush this one so I could get over to yours. I hope you're on the mend. I'm a little bit on the mend. Oh, except for that funny bone. Yeah, I'm a little bit more on the mend. Knee is feeling a bit more good today. Toes are feeling intact, which is a nice treat. I've decided to do a nice little foot peel thing, which felt like a good idea until I was like, I have unhealed blisters. At which point I was like, this is a bad call. But it's a call I'd already made, so it's fine. I've Pavloved myself into doing so, which isn't a good thing. Local press at Quiet So could be under an NDA. I don't believe so, mainly because it's not particularly how NDAs work. You would need both parties to sign an NDA, and if someone is like, I've got an exclusive story, the club can ask, are you all right to wait until we've announced it officially? That's fine. NDAs would be more the case of the club saying, you are not allowed to release this, which you would need both parties to agree to. And I don't see journalists agreeing to that because a scoop is a scoop, especially when it comes to ice cream. Do you think we worked to announce Bijol in the new kit? Maybe. I've heard a couple of things about the new kit release date. I do not know if I'm allowed to discuss those, so I'm going to not discuss those. But we'll see. We'll find out. The new kits are coming soon, though. That much I do know. I'll go keep up the good work. I'm doing my best. Hasn't he gone on honeymoon? Hasn't who gone on honeymoon? I've missed something. Then again, I always do. I didn't. Admittedly, this is because I was making nachos. The nachos are now in me. So I'll have a look now. That's a good point. Let's have a quick look. I did have a look earlier today, but I guess I timed that wrong. Friday. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. What they call it, funny moment. It's not funny when it happens. It's the humorous. It's the fact that the Bones name his opponent is fantastic to me. I love it. Do you need to rent a wheelchair? I'll do match rates. Sod it. We're doing wheelchair football at the Creator Cup now, and no one else has a choice. Hello, Martin. Is there a player having a medical at the moment? Is at with what? Whoa, that sentence dissolves towards the end, but I'll cover that in a minute. Bijol's just got married, going on honeymoon. Oh, fair enough. Could you give me a footballer for it? Bijol. That works. Is this guy a character or a real person? Oh, that's philosophical, isn't it? Hear me out. Every single one of us, when we go online, is playing a character. That character can be you. That character can be an extension of you. It can be an adjustment on some of your traits. So, for example, in terms of doing stuff on the internet, I'm way more outspoken than I am in reality. The question is, do you consider that to be a character, or do you consider that to be anything else? Or is that just an adjustment of your behavior? That's a genuinely very good question, and I know that it wasn't meant to be a good question. I know that I believe in the first place you were trying to be mildly insulting, and that's fair enough. But you've genuinely got me thinking there. I enjoy that. Thank you. Brilliant. So do you say their player have medical now? What? I will get into the next bit of story now anyway. The next bit of story surrounds a player that is a left back, a player that is potentially moving to Leeds, a player from a country with blue and white on their flag. It's not Kostas Tsimikas. I know. I made that mistake once. No. From everything that we have seen, I will just actually bring up his FBref page now. The widely sort of circulating belief, and this is to begin with, this is heavy pinch of salt territory, because it's not like a widely reported thing, but a few people who I know to be reliable in this sort of stuff are reporting it to be a thing. So I wouldn't say it's unreliable. I would just say we're taking it with a pinch of salt early on. This would be Gabriel Gudmundsson, who is, in fact, does not have blue and white on his flag because he's Swedish. I was looking at the wrong person at first. I was looking at an Icelandic flag. That's my bad. 26-year-old left back from Malmö, currently playing at Lille, and I think could be a very, very good player in terms of wages. Won't be too expensive. He's on about 8k a week in terms of euros at the minute, and his numbers are incredible. Progressive carries, he's in the top 8% of all fullbacks in the top 5 leagues. 10% for successful take-ons. All of his sort of creation stats are in the top 50%, which is spectacular. And in addition to that, he's in the top quartile of defenders to score goals. So Gabriel Gudmundsson is someone that I genuinely believe would be a very, very good signing for Leeds United. This is a guy that I've actually done reading on. It's fantastic. This is where the story gets a little bit complicated, though, because it's a combination of someone being at Thorp and believing that he was seen. There's a couple of sources that believe this. In addition to, and this is where I gotta say the thing again. In addition to the motherfucking jet washers uniting, flight came in from France earlier today to Leeds Bradford that is reportedly Leeds United linked. Now, how much stock you want to put into that is completely up to you. I am putting mild stock into it, but I do believe, considering the amount of conversation that is surrounding Gudmundsson at the moment, which I'm just going to very, very quickly search, actually, just to see what the other sourcing is on it. Because I don't want to get simulcast again. Previously reliable wacko man is one of them. But I've seen it a little bit all over the shop that we have a bit of an eye on the guy. And I feel like if we are going to go for that, A, if he's at Thorp Arch, it feels like medical time already. Let's be completely honest about that. B, I think it's the time in which we're doing deals anyway. So, according to a report somewhere, I can't remember specifically who, but Daniel Farke apparently joked with the 49ers that he wants all of his signings in by the 7th of July, which is the start of preseason, which I completely understand. You want your players in place so everyone is getting trained in the same way so you can keep developing, delivering, and everything adds up and it all looks good. And it looks like the 49ers are acting on that because Nemecha, very, very early signing. Bijol, who completed his medical this morning, yet to be announced, but looks a very, very good signing and is a very, very early signing because, again, it's not even the new FFP period yet. To be clear, the majority of these players, I fully expect... That was a fun hiccup. I fully expect to have the little brackets next to the name saying he will join the club after the 1st of July. Because in that instance, it is significantly simpler to say, cool, according to PSR, they're in this chunk rather than this chunk. But I think we're looking very, very good for having completed another signing today, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I am going to take it over to everyone's favourite place in a moment, though, for a little bit of various chat, a little bit of various sort of Leeds have interest in XYZ player conversation. I'll talk through what I've heard on each of the people and opinions and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I think if we have a little bit of a natter, that'd be lovely. If you haven't yet as well, I'd massively appreciate you popping a like on the stream, subscribing if you're not yet, just because A, liking the stream helps to push it out to more people, and subscribing means that more money is going to Prostate Cancer UK on the day of the charity match. It's one click for you, but it adds up, which is genuinely incredibly valuable. There we go. But yeah, that'd be nice. Also, Creator Cup tickets are down there. Thank you. Let's have a look at what was discussed. That part of your persona that you're allowed to come to the fore. Yeah, there's bits of me where I'm a massive nerd for a lot of stuff, and that doesn't tend to typically emerge on YouTube because you guys don't particularly care about those things. If someone that doesn't already know the answer because I've told them could guess, what TV show would you guess that I'm a very, very big fan of to an almost encyclopedic knowledge? You guys don't know because that's not a part of me that typically comes to the fore. So there we go. What had Jamie Miller said? Hope the next few signings are Premiership savvy because so far none are. We got a dodgy German with fitness issues and Serbia no one's heard of or seen at Leeds. Right, okay. Danny, you already knew that. I'm gonna be very, very sort of clear on this because I believe peep show vibes. I'll take it. Because I believe this is an issue that lots of people fall into. A hell of a lot of people swing into the transfer window with the assumption that their knowledge of the football world is the only knowledge of the football world. So in this specific instance, saying a dodgy German with fitness issues, okay, but he's squad depth. Serbian no one's heard of. We and Newcastle were both interested. Clearly a lot of people have heard of him. The limit of the footballing world isn't exactly what you already know. Like, look at the Club World Cup as an example. And this isn't even me trying to shill. If I was trying to shill, I would be doing it far less subtly. But even as someone who prides himself on having a decent depth of football knowledge, I'm learning a hell of a lot about a hell of a lot of clubs from watching the Club World Cup. And I wouldn't know that. And I know that beyond that, all of the clubs that I previously knew about and now I know a little bit about have entire leagues of very, very fascinating teams around them. So I think if we're being genuine and honest about what we know, we need to recognize that as sort of general fans, we know nothing. And the people that are paid to know things probably know more than we do. Need a decent goalkeeper too. Don't seem to be bothered about signing one. No, they've just not yet. Let's have a little bit of patience. It is mid-June. If I was streaming talk about Leeds transfer stuff, would you watch it? Maybe. It's going to be a maybe because there is so much content at the moment that you can only really watch the stuff that you have a big interest in. So at the moment, in terms of news stuff, I will only watch news stories that I don't yet know, and that is to learn things for going forwards. So specifically, Jer's videos I watch very, very consistently. But in terms of other stuff, I will watch only Leeds Bros relatively often. I will watch Imagine Not Being Leeds relatively often. I watched Evie's video last night. Excellent video, by the way. If you are here and you just want to stay stum, that's fine. But I just thought I'd get across. That was a fantastic video. So it depends on... The issue with YouTube stuff is you need to have something unique to you that is something that you provide that isn't already provided by someone else. And if you are able to find that, and I fall into the bracket of people that watch that particular sort of niche, sure. But it's about the way that it lands, I guess. I could have just like been sort of like, yeah, absolutely. But it's better to be honest with people in these situations, I think. This is where I know you're trolling because Vardy, what? No, 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 no. Chris has smashed it because Chris isn't cheating. Just got here. Can we have a catch-up summary? Yes, Jaka Bijol finished his medical earlier today. Announcement time is thus unknown. I believe it will probably come either in the next 48 hours or after the 1st of July. One of the two. I don't know which. In addition to that, there is rumour, but unconfirmed rumour, of Gabriel Gudmundsson from Lille being at Thorp earlier today, which is very interesting to me. They're very bad, but then again, they are amateur footballers, so I want to let them off. Like, there's a couple of like sales consultants and various normal people jobs in there, rather than actual professional footballers. Fun fact: they're not even the best team in Auckland. The difference is the main Auckland football team, I think it's Auckland FC or something, plays in the Australian League instead, so they're considered an Asian club, whereas Auckland City FC are considered a club from Oceania, because they play in the New Zealand League. And that's just a really, really fun little fact. I enjoyed that. Yeah, a lot of people hadn't heard of Tanaka. So QI is a banger. That's fair. Do we think signing is likely to stay if we go straight down, or is that counterintuitive? I don't know. I think to even sort of have that conversation is going to be something that will put a lot of players off. But it's hard to say. I don't know. I'm watching on with Sean. Do something unique and fun, and I will do. I will at the very least be watching your segments on Only Leeds Bros' Saturday thing. But beyond that, I don't know. Well, some clubs in the world might be decent if they come something. I've got focus that play football on the grand stage, but I don't know how these teams qualify for the Club World Cup. I do. So name a club, and I will try to explain how they qualified, because it's genuinely quite interesting. What position do you see as finish? Not as high as 8th. I want to say in like the 13th to 16th range. I don't think we'll be 17th. I don't think it'll be that narrow, but who knows? That'll be because he finished his medical early today, as far as everyone is aware, which is fine. Like, we don't need to announce our signings right away. It's okay. We can just sort of take a moment, be all right. Not a problem. I severely doubt that is the case. If he's popped over for a medical, that feels highly unlikely. Is it as a new Doctor? I don't know. At some point, I'll do like a Doctor Who stream. I don't know when. It might not be on this YouTube channel. It might be on Twitch, but it should be fun. If somehow pulled the arrow out of the bag, do we agree Ampadu drops out to Naka's levels with him? They do different things. And I think if you drop Ampadu, you lose a lot of leadership on the pitch, which is a bit of a risk. I do enjoy Star Wars as well. Most recently, Andor. Fantastic TV show. Recommend it to everyone. Especially since it's not like a Star Wars show. It's more of a show about like standing against the creeping rise of fascism. But if you phrase it like that, a lot of people it sounds political, and it's like all media is political, but okay, that's fine. No, but either he's not physically signed, or they're waiting for the kit launch is one theory. That is one theory. I know roughly when the kit launch is meant to be, and I don't know if that is a timeline, because surely in that case you would have done the Metro in the new kit as well, right? So if I go to Leeds United's Twitter, LUFC, and have a look, I don't believe Nemecha was wearing any Leeds kit. No. Unless. Hang on. Detective time. Right, okay. Let's present this quickly. Share screen. There we go. Proud dad and all that shebang. He's not wearing a Leeds shirt. He's wearing a hoodie. Fine, fair enough. But he's not wearing a Leeds shirt. And I feel like it would have been a case of wait to launch all of the kits simultaneously. I don't know if I could say that, Matthew. But that's fine. Unless he's got the kit on under this. Because we know it's going to be blue. We know it's going to be blue and yellow. Is it hiding from us? Is it a stealthy kit, boy? I don't know. Hard to see. You reckon we get a double announcement? I can't see it happening. I think they will be announced separately. More because I think if you get announced as a double signing, as a player, you're going to feel a little bit put out. It's like, oh, was I not important enough to have my own like signing video and stuff? I think it'll be separately, but in short, sharp, like there's a word. But in a very, very rapid sequence. That's the way I'll phrase it. That'll do. Oh, I've just done 100 likes. Thank you, everyone. If you haven't liked it yet, do that. Thank you. And subscribe. Hey. How exciting is it to be released on it? It's fantastic, and I'm genuinely enjoying it, and I cannot wait for things to go wrong. Quick succession, that'll do. Quick fire, short videos, all of the above, they'll do a job. They haven't won anything major for 4 years prior to the Conference League this year, but they've already qualified for the Club World Cup. Yes, it was the 4 previous Champions League winners before this season, because you wouldn't be able to invite the club that managed it this season because it would be too quick of a turnaround. You haven't won anything in several years. I believe they are in on ranking, UEFA ranking specifically. So the way it's done is 2 clubs per country is the gist. So that's why we only have Chelsea and City representing us. You get in automatically if you win your continental competition. So City won the Champions League, Chelsea won the Champions League, which means that no other English clubs can get in on ranking. Which means that because UEFA have a set number of slots, it might be like 16. You then go to Italy. Okay, who's the 2 highest ranked teams in Italy on UEFA coefficient? Pick those. That's how RB Salzburg are in there, because you've already got 2 Portuguese sides, 2 English sides, 2 German sides, 2 Italian sides, 1 French side, which is funny because only PSG are good enough to qualify, which is hilarious to me. But yeah, that's the way it works. It goes on, have you won the continental competition? Yes, fantastic. Okay, cool. In that case, if you are next down on the list of UEFA coefficient, in you pop. If you are not the next down on the list, well, if you're next down on the list and there's already 2 from your country, unlucky. Off you fuck. And that's the way that it sort of staggers and it runs and it rolls and that's all that. Which I find quite interesting. When will the kit launch be? A few weeks' time is the only way I'm going to put it. I like it. Jaka's good, but he's not the be-all and end-all. Fantastic. Big fan of that. Yes. Mister, who's the second signing? The second signing is likely to be Gabriel Gudmundsson. This is one of those big old pinch of salty ones, in which it's not 100% guaranteed this is going to get done, but the widespread belief is that he may be in Leeds having done a medical now, which I thought was worthy of conversation. So here we are. Also, there's 279 of you in here. Holy shit. That's a nice treat. Hi, everyone. That's always a little bit spooky, isn't it? Yeah, there's this as well. So, right, I'm going to say this as someone that works in digital engagement, which is sort of marketing stuff. If you work in social media or marketing or any form of digital media, you will get tracked and compared by your engagements. So specifically, the metrics that I'm working against in my role is the number of participants in our sort of fan zone things, which is why I'm sort of encouraging, when I know that someone is watching the Club World Cup, can you do so on the DAZN website? So more people are going over to join the fan zone stuff, which I've put a lot of fucking work into. But also who's actively engaging with it. So engagement rates and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to player announcements, you've got the political side of things, but B, you've got more engagement because you're announcing 2 different people, which is good. Wouldn't be surprised if you announced at 10 p.m. I remember last season make an announcement at that time to fit with the American time. Maybe that could be the case. Again, I will no longer deal with kit announcement time conversation because no. I think it'll be the Shield, to be honest with you, because they've not done a complete sort of rejig. Where are we? I'm trying to skip all the conversation between you guys. Are there any more friendlies to be announced? I don't know. I don't think so, because it's a relatively full friendly schedule. There might be a York or Guiseley one or something like that, but not that I'm aware of at the moment. I don't think we'll do Douglas Luiz. That one does not feel likely to me. Has he actually signed? I'm getting worried if he hasn't by now. Why hasn't he? Because he reportedly finished his medical this morning, which is a very quick turnaround. And if you consider that we're unlikely to register him as a player before the 1st of July anyway, we've got time. We can have a little bit of patience. If you could ping me an email or something explaining this, just let me know. because I'm very, very curious as to what match that was, because some of them are difficult, but we'll see. I might be able to have a little bit of a conversation around something on that. Only half of viewers hit the button, please. It's not even that. It's about 10%, which is the sort of number that you can expect if you're doing YouTube stuff. So, for example, so far this stream has had 1,241 views. It's had 142 likes. Because some people will just click in, click out, bosh. And that's fine. And that's completely understandable. 6 foot minimum height, 26 years old seems to be the qualifying requirements for our transfer this year. And you know what? It might do us good. We're going to actually score from a corner this season. And you can clip that. Don't clip that. No, because now we're not going to. Who are we having friendlies against? AC Milan, Man United. Oh, there's a Spanish one. Is there a Spanish one? I'm convinced there's a Spanish one. Imagine it's Betis. Oh, this is going to bug me. No one spoil it. No one. Oh, I've read it too soon. I've read it too soon. Guys, that was announced 19th of July. Leeds selected 11. Are you sure? Because that's the same day as the Scum match. That feels unlikely. Uncertain about that. On this one, when I'm healed, basically, and when I'm not going to risk doing damage to myself for the charity match, because I would like to actually be able to play in that thing, given the amount of stuff that I've done for it. It would be lovely to be able to take part in my big charity event. On that note, if you haven't yet, I would hugely appreciate you popping down below, visiting the top link and getting tickets for the charity match. £7 for adults, £3 for kids, so it is very, very, very affordable. Every single penny of that is going in the direction of Prostate Cancer UK, because I've managed to cover costs between sponsors and YouTube channel revenue stuff. And I'm very, very much looking forward to it at this point. And it would be good to see as many of you there as possible. And also, if you're on the fence about getting a ticket, just do it. Because at the end of the day, it's £7. If you don't show up, that's fine. But if I know how many people there are likely to be in advance, I can prepare stewards and stuff. And the organisers, not the organisers, the venue don't get very, very angry at me, which is something that I'm quite scared about. But yeah, it's just down there. Thank you. I fast really nicely. Right, let's have a look at what else is going on. I saw this, and I don't know. I bet I'll be playing the highly regarded Guys League Africa as well. David thinks there's been a Guys League announcement as well. I will have a look. I don't know why I very much doubt that, because it... No, yeah, there it is. I've just seen it, yep. Thanks, Danny. We'll host an LUFC side in pre-season, 19th of July, with a 3 p.m. kickoff. That feels stupid. Are they putting that up against the Scum game? Because if that's also 3 p.m., that is a horrible decision. Leeds United versus Man United. That kicks off at 2. Why are they doing that? It'll be a 21 side. But very weird. Very weird. Well, it's nonsense. It makes no sense. Why would you? You're just fighting yourself. That's stupid. Stupid. Where does the Scum match will be moved? Why would the Scum match be moved? Don't. No, don't. Please. If they move it, please move it so it's on the same day. I cannot. I cannot do with them moving the scum match to the same day as the charity match. That would hurt. Oh, that would be such a kick in the balls. After the charity match is the general idea. Yeah. I believe the people who said that it was at Thorp Arch enough to get hopes up. I'm not saying it's 100% done, because I've learned not to do that after the what's it called? Simicast thing. But I think probably in the same way that I think we are signing Bijol. That just makes a bit of sense to me. Get these signings in, that'll show Premier League leads are back. Absolutely. That'd be fun, dabby dozy. The one with Scum Gamers people have bought tickets, flights, etc. I think so. That would make the most sense. You see, it is, but right, and hear me out on this one, because I am going to actually stand my ground for once. In the nicest way possible, I was there first. I've been planning this since like November. So as much as I am pro Pride, get in line, lads. Come on, back of the queue. Oh, yeah, that one. Ooh. Will it move? Let's have a look at a calendar. Right, you couldn't do Friday night because they just wouldn't, because nighttime games and derbies don't happen. They wouldn't be able to do Monday night for the same reason, which also stops the late kickoffs on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday 2 o'clock is a maybe, but I think the most likely slot for that one, I would say, is probably the lunchtime slot on Saturday. That's my guess. So it stays on the 3rd. The medical is, we know that Jaka Bijol did his. There is a wide belief that Gabriel Gudmundsson has also done his. So that's the vibe and feeling. Gluck with the scream last night needs to use Red Bull connections and financially sign a deal from Salzburg instead of Hype Check. You say this. How do you know that Gluck isn't Hype Check? Or is Gluck Hype Check but hyped by you, so that's okay? I do, well, to be clear, I also like Oscar Gluck. There is a very, very good player in there. However, it feels unwise to call the players that we're signing hyped shite when A, let's be honest, you've not seen them play, and B, you've definitely not seen them play in the current system, which is a fairly fundamental difference, in my opinion. Leeds site is 19th. That's the hope. If it stays on the 19th, I can be happy. If it moves to the 20th, if it moves to the 20th, I've got a lot of thinking to do. I don't think it will, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to talk back to you in caps lock if that's okay. That just means sort of projecting more, which is always fun. But yeah. Oh, hang on. Something broke on an email. Very weird. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on talking like this. And it's not particularly taken ages. Like, it was mentioned that he was in Leeds having a medical yesterday. He finished his medical this morning. That's not taken ages. Glenn Kamara took ages. He was like weeks traveling down from Glasgow. I imagine he was just like, he was on a little like push bike and he was just like, please, I want to get down to Leeds. I want to play for them. And then he pissed off to friends. But yeah, he'll rock up. It's fine. Probably, is what I'd say. Will it be a starter or squad? I assume the former. I would probably guess starter, because this is assuming a world in which Junior Firpo has also departed. Because in the event that Junior Firpo is no longer a Leeds United player, we will rather need a left back. And Gudmundsson fits that bill quite nicely. Because we know that Schmidt isn't necessarily seen as a left back. So unless we're signing him and another left back, then I don't know. That leaves is officially gone yet. He's not officially gone, but he's almost certainly not going to be a Leeds United player next season, which is a shame because I really like Junior Firpo. But that's okay. We'll end up in a fine enough position. But yeah, it might take until like the 1st of July to announce, because that's what happens now, because FFP stuff is on his way to a honeymoon. And you know what? Enjoy it. I hope he has a good time. Tanaka was linked for Windows in advance. That's just not true. Contract ends 30th of June. Yes, that's the case with like all football contracts, except the really short-term ones. Anyway, what I'm going to do is in a minute, I will bring the stream to a close. However, I will bring the stream to a close after I have a look at if there is anyone to redirect to. There is apparently nobody to redirect to. Okay, that is fun. Yeah, no one I'm subscribed to has any streams coming up, which is sort of a surprise. It's a little bit of a shame as well. Oh man. Jammy, calm down. Okay, I cannot ping you in the direction of anyone else, so my apologies. But I can thank you for watching, which I will be doing right now. Thank you for watching. Tejan Buchanan, probably not. It's not true. It's what I remember I was trying to say about. What? Oh, right, fair. Look, I will be honest with you. I am tired as heck, and that is making me mildly combative. My apologies. I do not mean to be. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Pop a like on it if you enjoyed it. That's always massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're not yet. It's one button. It's down here. Just get it out. Boop. Easy enough. You could also become a channel member. I believe the link to that is in the description. If it's not, then you can just press the join button. And all of the revenue from that is also going into the charity match. So I hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you later. Don't do it again. Oh, sorry. I'll try. See you later.